I am not gonna run around that much. I think I'll stay here in the corner where I'm supposed to stay to make it easy. Are you ready for something calmer? I'm gonna, my talk is called 3 Top Secrets of Stress to Calm Management. And the question is, are there any secrets to stress management at all? Don't we all know it? What's out there? We just don't do it. Isn't that so? We heard so many other talks today, and I'm going to repeat a lot of the things that are said, but maybe in a different angle or a different setting. So let's see. Stress to me is part of lifestyle. And lifestyle, that's how we live, right? And is that benefiting us, or is it hurting us or being bad for us? Because what I have learned is that lifestyle is the most important health factor that we have. But it's also the worst enemy, the dangerous risk factor that we have. It all depends on how we do it. So it's a lifestyle. Everyone has a lifestyle, and we have different ways of doing things. And when you say that you are stressed, you have another lifestyle than the ones that are not stressed. And I'm going to see if I can get in under these factors that are in here. And some people also think about this as mental stuff, and that feels scary. And mental stuff is felt like really no in the business world. Because is that mental illness? But no, this is just normal biology. We are all in this normality. So mental illness or stress is not mental illness. It's part of who we are and what we have to be. Because without the stress system, we are dead. And why should you listen to me? Or why do I work with this, and where have I learned this? My name is Dr. Annika Sorensen. I live in Sweden, as she told you. And I've been working as a primary care doctor for most of my life, 35 years. And for the last 15, or a little more years, I've studied this with stress management and been working with that. And I've written 2 books, Take Stress from Chaos to Calm and My De-Stress Diary, and you have them back there if you want to look at them. I made 2 TEDx talks that you find on TEDx. Today I still work as a doctor in a family care. But I also am a mentor for executives and for C-suite leaders and HR groups and their work groups. So we have workshops. But this is not really why I am so into stress in itself. The story for that is many years ago, I was 34 years old. I was just about to take my medical exam. And I was to bloom, to start working, to help people, to grow and to save the world. That was what I was supposed to do. But I was thrown into the worst stress test that I can imagine. I lost 2 dear people, very close people to me, within 1 week. First, my brother, he was 30 years old, And then our firstborn baby, she was 10 weeks old within 1 week. And I was supposed to be a doctor to help others. That's what I was supposed to be. But I was totally devastated and in the deepest black hole that you can ever imagine. And I didn't want to live. So I could have ended, my story could have ended right there. But I had very good friends and family who supported me and who more or less dragged me out of that black hole, getting me out on the streets again, on the, getting out of the door, because I was just lying in bed. And I realized that I had to take good care of myself to get back on my feet. I had to do the work. They could just support me. And I learned that I could easily, or at least fast, get out of those stressful situations by doing that. And I learned that we have all the power within ourselves, and we just have to use it. And we don't need all that stuff that's out there. So that's where I started my journey with stress management, or where I got back to it when I started to look at, why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my mission in my life? And I thought I could use that together with my medical knowledge and help people with stress management. And I realized that, let's see, what was the next one? I saw that when I looked at this, how do we do it? I saw that there are 2 levels of stress management. There are 2 different kinds of stress management. And most people talk about the acute stress. They say, it knocks all the time, and do more. And you just get shaky and all that. But I also saw that, well, there has to be a second step where you actually take care of this. And I see this as the first secret that in the stress management thing, that we actually have to see that there are 2 different things, roads that we have to go, or 2 different things we have to do. And if we talk about in the moment, in the acute stress, then we have to get back in the moment. And I've heard many of you talk about the breathing, because when you take a few deep breaths, then you get back in, your brain can kind of reset, and you can think clearly again. And another way you can do that is by moving around, because there is a connection between our muscle movement and our brain setting back again to the normal. So we think more clearly if we move a little. And I mean, just take a short walk in the corridor, or maybe even outside for a few minutes, and you will make much better decisions and solutions. And you can also use a smile for this. The smile, someone earlier talked about that everything, all emotions that we have are contagious, because we have these mirror neurons in our heads. So if you smile to someone, they have to smile back again. You kind of are forced to do that. Also at this time, when you smile, your brain produces, or your body produces, feel-good hormones. So if you smile when the stress is knocking, then you're going to feel much better. And if you have someone to smile to, you can bounce the feeling back and forth, and it will be much easier to take the decision on what can I do next. So it's about getting back to in the now, where I can think and make the decisions that I actually want to make. And then for the things that we need to change or do something about in the long run, that's a lifetime story. We heard it from everyone here, and that change is inevitable. That's what we heard before, and that's absolutely true. And that when we change, things happen around. So, and doing this takes energy, and we don't have too much energy, but we have to start changing if we want to have another life. And to do that, I usually help my clients with this very, very simple, worksheet. You take a paper and a pen, you look at your life from all perspectives, you write down what you see, no judgment, it's not bad or good or anything, this is how it is. And then you take the plus and the minus, you put them on the side of what you have written, and you see, okay, this is actually good. And this, no, I don't want this anymore. What can I do about that? And then you take the pen and you actually start writing what you want to change. And the helicopter means that you take a helicopter view over your life. I call it a virtual helicopter view. So just you have to see it all. You can't just look right here. You have to see it from above. Because the real long-term version of stress management is about reducing the number of short moments of stress by making changes. Because if you keep doing the things the way you always done it, the same knocking will still come over and over and over again. But it's tough to do this. It takes energy. So the second secret that I want to talk about is quick fixes. We have two different things that we have to take care of in the now and in the long run. And then we have quick fixes. Where do they come in? You know, when stress is knocking on your door, you want to slam it straight right back in its face. Now, this minute. And you start looking in your phone and you say, where is that app that I bought? I know it's green, I can't find it. I mean, where are you? You're supposed to be a help. Or you grab in your bag for the latest pill that was prescribed to you, and the pharmacist said you can use up to 3 a day if you need to calm yourself down. And now you can't find them, and that stresses you out even more. And then you remember, I put them in the other bag. They are always in the other bag. Oh, I see a bar. I think I'm going to go and have a drink. I need one now. Make it big. Ah, that was so good. I can feel it all the way up here. But oh, what was I working with? What was I thinking? And you can always rely on the stress heart, the squeeze stress heart, and now you can't find it. You know you put it somewhere. And all of these things are things that you have to keep track of. And where are they when you need them? And they cost the money, and the sellers, they say, oh, this is the thing. This is going to help you. I've sold hundreds, no thousands, and everyone is so happy. And I am sure that that guy is so happy with all the money he's got from all of us, the overworking, stressed out crowd. do you hear what I'm saying? You know this. I'm sure you can recognize these things, and maybe you have managed to jump into them, all of them. And now, what I mean is that there are no quick fixes. Absolutely none. They all only try to get you off track, and you focus on them instead. So you don't want that. So we have 2 steps now. The first is you have to have 2 different things that you take care of, in the now and in the long run. And when you take care of them, there are no quick fixes. You kind of have to do the job. So what is the last one? The last secret? It's all about mindset. You have to have the mindset for change, and you have to do the work, because otherwise it's not gonna happen. If you don't do the work, no one else is gonna do it, and you are gonna keep running in the hamster wheel and do the same things over and over and over again. And who's that gonna benefit? Not you, because you are still in that trap. So the third secret is mindset. And like I said, you have to do the work. Did you say that I have to do the work? Yes, you have to do the work. It's not gonna be done by somebody else. And also, when I looked at it in the end, I saw that everything is mindset. Everything we do is mindset, not only the thinking of having a mindset that we have to do it, also the things that we do in the changes everything is mindset. Because the things you do with lifestyle changes or getting energy and so on, eating, that's mindset. What you put into your mouth is not just flying in there. It's something that you have thought of, that you are going to put in your mouth. Maybe sometimes we don't think that much, but it's still a mindset thing. Same with sleep. We go to sleep when we tell our body to go to sleep. Same with physical activity. Your legs don't start walking without your brain telling it to start walking. So everything is mindset. So in my world, we have these 3 things. We have 2 different things that we need to, the 2 levels of stress management that we have to care for, 2 levels, in the now and in the long run. And there are no quick fixes. And it's all about mindset, because you have to do the work yourself. You, not somebody else. What else did I have? So this is some kind of a conclusion of it. When you are less stressed and focus on your goals, peace will touch your soul, and clarity, creativity, productivity will be a natural part of your workday. And that's what we are working towards, I hope. And if you want to have more work, it's like a program where you can work. Those are workbooks. You have them back there. Take stress from chaos to calm. Follows a guide for 6 months with different steps, all the worksheets and so on. And my de-stress diary is 52 tips for a full year of 1 tip a week, and you do changes. And this is where you find me. And I also have on on my website, there is a free starter kit if you want to go there and find it. Thank you.